You know, I look at the progress of mankind, and I've read a little bit about history, and in just a few thousand years we've come from farming to being able to manufacture food in a test tube, practically, to being able to, from being able to walk on the ground following an animal, to being able to launch a rocket into space that'll take us to the moon and bring us back. So I just think it's a wonderful thing to be part of this process and to be adding to the store of knowledge. Now, everything that we now face because of our success, now that we can inhabit every square inch of the earth, now, of course, we now produce new kinds of problems that have technical parts of their solutions. So if you discover that there's oil has been spilled someplace, well, maybe there's a technical process to go get it back. If you say, well, we need to think of a kind of fuel that is renewable, well, there's technical content to that. Let's work on that. So, you know, human beings have been on Earth looking about like we look now for about 100,000 years. Probably there were people even before that, but they were different. But only in the last 25 years we're seeing this incredible rapid growth of our abilities and our growth of our population. And so everything is still in front of us. The world is changing so quickly, and scientists have an awful lot to do with which way it's going to be able to go.
I can have one last comment on Richard Dawkins. It'll be quick. I was in the back row as you spoke, and so I could see sort of the whole room as the words came out of your mouth, as beautifully as they always do, and as articulately as they always do. And let me just say, your commentary had a sharpness of teeth that I had not even projected for you. It's more. It was my first time meeting him, and so I felt you more than I heard you, and I asked the question, and it gets back a little to what Francisco was getting at. You're a professor of the public understanding of science, not professor of delivering truth to the public. And these are two different exercises. One of them is you put the truth out there, and like you said, they either buy your book or they don't. Well, that's not being an educator. That's just putting it out there. Being an educator is not only getting the truth right, but there's got to be an act of persuasion in there as well. Persuasion isn't always, here's the facts, you're either an idiot or you're not. It's here are the facts, and here is a sensitivity to your state of mind, and it's the facts plus the sensitivity, when convolved together, creates impact. And I worry that your methods and how articulately barbed you can be ends up simply being ineffective when you have much more power of influence than what is currently reflected in your output.
I gratefully accept the rebuke. Just one anecdote to show that I'm not the worst in this thing. A former and highly successful editor of New Scientist magazine, who actually built up New Scientist to great new heights, was asked, "What is your philosophy at New Scientist?" And he said, "Our philosophy at New Scientist is this: science is interesting, and if you don't agree, you can fuck off."